thought this was the right number, but I just had to check. Forgive me. 14. Blood-sucking bastards. And yes, I know this cover says blood-sucking bosses, but I'm going to call it by what it is supposed to be called. I guess Walmart's very squeamish about selling movies with certain titles, but I bought Inglourious Bastards from there, so they shouldn't have a problem with selling another movie with the word bastards in the title. And especially with seeing this at other stores like Best Buy, after already getting it with the bastards part in the title. But I guess you could say I digress. Now, this movie was pretty interesting. I could definitely say it was absolutely hilarious, crazy, very out there. I hope you guys have already seen it, because like I said, in some of these I'm going to get into spoilers, so skip to the next movie or whatever if you haven't seen this, if you don't want it spoiled for you. But this, though, the cast was really good, even though I haven't heard of most of these people. I mean, I recognize this guy, Joel Murray. I don't know if you could really see him. He was in the first Hatchet. He's really funny. And this guy you could kind of recognize, Joey Kern. He was the blonde guy in Eli Roth's movie Cabin Fever. I made it! Stupid ending. But yeah, though, Fran Kranz, or Kranz, he was pretty funny. He's the lead in this. And, Emma Fitzpatrick was pretty good. But definitely the one that stole the show for me, even though he was such a douchebag, was Pedro Pascal. Let's see if you can see him there. Even though he was a major douchebag, he still definitely made me laugh. And the gore was really good. The actor, I don't know what his name is, but he's I'm not being racist, the black guy, the security guard at the entrance door. He his character is really funny, because I think he was supposed to be like in the military or something, and they're like, he's like, Colonel Sanders, and he's like, yes sir. He's like saying, he's like, did you notice that any of the that most of the employees here are, yes, they are vampires, affirmative sir. And Fran Kranz was like, am I the only one that did not know this? And he's like, affirmative sir. Some of the jokes were definitely really funny. And one of my favorite parts, though, was really cool seeing this cameo. Definitely had to rewind it a couple times to make sure I saw this guy correctly. When they were going back inside to get ready to fight the vampires, they see these three people, like, in the waiting room, like at the desk. And one of them is Matthew Lillard, Stu himself from Scream, or Shaggy from Scooby-Doo himself, however you may know him. Hi, where with the I can't remember what it was. It was like Philifran or something company. We have a meeting at 3 o'clock. Meeting's been canceled. Just love that line reading. So definitely pretty badass. I loved it. But yeah, though, this movie was pure gold in some scenes, especially the he's like how do you know Max? And he's like, well, Evan, Max and I had a little bit of a history in college. It's kind of a long story. And that shows the flashback. And he's like, Max is like, hey, Evan. He's like, yeah, what's up, Max? He's like, that wasn't a long story at all. And he's like, well, did I forget to mention the part where he said that he told the school that he was cheating and got him expelled? Yeah, you forgot to leave out that part. But yeah, so that's number 14, Blood-Sucking Bastards. Now into the top 13. Since I'm a horror movie nut, I had to be top 13. The Nitty Gritty. Number 13 is the Amy Schumer comedy Trainwreck. She's definitely one of those comedians that really pulled me in right away. Like when I saw a couple of her stand-up bits on YouTube, especially the one where she was like talking about uncircumcised people. And she like pointed to one of the guys in the audience. He's like, you are, aren't you? Oh man, that must have been so embarrassing. But yeah, it was pretty funny. And this story, definitely in a way, some parts reminded me of Knocked Up, but it was a pretty nice little story though. Pretty much Amy Schumer's character, Amy, that must have been a stretch to play, right? She pretty much was raised being constantly told by her father, monogamy, true love doesn't exist, stuff in fairy tales and storybooks, and she pretty much grew up that way. And but yeah, though, like, she's one of those people that she can just say anything and it's automatically funny. Like like in the opening scene where she goes home with this guy and she's like, your dick is huge, it's never ending. Why doesn't your dick end? I can't help it. But yeah, though, I definitely bought hers and Bill Hader's relationship and their love. Like, I can definitely say, like, kind of going back to my little comparison with Knocked Up, I can believe these two getting together. But then when you look at somebody like Seth Rogen and then at somebody like Katherine Heigl, for me, I don't believe that those two would ever be together if this were a real life incident. But I still love it though. Here are some of my other Amy Schumer things. I didn't watch these two things yet. The Inside Amy Schumer seasons 1 and 2. And then Inside Amy Schumer season 3. And then this was hilarious. the HBO comedy special Amy Schumer Live at the Apollo. At the time that I'm doing this recording, I think it said on her website or something that she was scheduled to do a stand-up show either at the Apollo again or some theater in New York. I'm definitely going to try to go see it. If anybody wants to come, invite me. I'm just kidding. I'm probably going to save up for myself. I'm looking forward to that, definitely. Okay, so yeah, it's number 13. This next one was pretty much the last movie I saw of the year. Not just of 2015, but of the year in general. I had Trainwreck, and then this next one that I'm about to mention be a part of a triple feature. I'll tell you what the one sandwiched between these two was. But at number 12 was Aloha, another Bradley Cooper movie that I really liked. Yeah, I mean, like, it is a bit of a rom-com. As you could definitely tell when Bradley Cooper goes back to Hawaii, he really wants to be back with Rachel McAdams again. And then, but you could still tell that he's falling for Emma Stone. I have to be honest, if I were in that situation, I'd be very torn between them two. I'm serious though, look at them. Yeah, okay. But yeah, though, this one, I don't have a ton to say, but I still thought it was definitely a believable enough relationship between Bradley Cooper and Emma Stone, and even him and Rachel McAdams. Bill Murray's role, such a schmuck in this movie, but he was great. Here's the next one. This is a movie that's still in the theater. So, but luckily I have the poster, so I have something to show for it. And the movie is hope you can see some of that. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. The final Hunger Games. And it's sad to see another great movie series based on a book go. But everything's got to come to an end. The finale, though, was great. I don't want to get too much into it for people who may not have seen it yet. But still, though, my most favorite... Well, actually, never mind. That and Part 1 of Mockingjay are my most favorites. I was going to say Catching Fire, but nah, Mockingjay's Parts 1 and 2. Okay, so that one was... quick, brief, but sweet. This next one was originally at number 2, but I had to change it because you'll see why. It was the Divergent series, Insurgent. Yeah, this is a movie series I was pleasantly surprised by. I remember seeing the previews and it reminding me a little bit like of Inception. And this actress here, just like Jennifer Lawrence, definitely very much impressing me so far with from what I've seen of her. I know she was on that ABC Family show, Secret Life of an American Teenage Girl or something like that, which I've never seen, but I may check out some of it just because of her. But yeah, though this movie was incredibly action packed. I will say I prefer this series over the Hunger Games, but it was a lot of fun to watch. The finale was great, and some of the visions were great. Some of those like ooh snap kind of moments, like when a certain villain from the first movie finally gets it. One of the male villains I'm referring to, but I'm not going to really go any further with that. Kate Winslet was a great villainess, I guess you could say, because I think that's what a female villain is called. But yeah, though Shailene Woodley and what's his name, the guy who plays Theo James, they're another two. Like, I think their chemistry is very strong. It's very much up there for me with the likes of Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper, of Peter Berg and Cammie Cooper and Shocker, and of Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson in Twilight, and Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman in the Star Wars prequels. I got you guys. You probably thought I was serious on those last two, huh? Now, the next one. And this is a movie that I think some people count as 2014, maybe, but I'm gonna count it as 2015 because that's when it like really came out for the world. And I only saw this like a couple times at the store. The second time I saw it was when I bought it. I'm glad I bought it when I did, because this it would have sucked if I missed out on it. This movie turned out great. It is Robert Englund's latest movie, The Last Showing. A very nice little thriller, almost reminded me a little bit of 1 Hour Photo. This seemingly friendly guy who's very much lonely and is damaged goods. Movie night turns deadly when a deranged projectionist, played by Robert Englund from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, casts one unlucky couple in his twisted film by luring them through a gauntlet of increasingly deadly traps. The sadistic director is determined to make a movie that is truly to die for. I won't go too much into this because I don't want to accidentally spoil anything, but this definitely... I mean, Scream magazine definitely is accurate in a way when it says stunning. Robert Englund is back and better than ever. I mean, this is definitely one of Robert Englund's best non-Freddy performances, but if I were to choose, I'd be somewhere between a tie of Bill Gartley in The Mangler and his depiction of the Phantom of the Opera.